Hi, everybody. Welcome to yoga. We are going to get started actually standing at the top of our mats. So go ahead, find your way up. Just pretty easy, feet about hip width distance apart. When you get there, standing tall, shift around a little bit, roll the shoulders back, let the arms hang down. When you're ready, close your eyes. Give yourself a couple big breaths here. And see if you can relax your jaw. Draw the shoulders down and behind you. Relax your ribs and your low back. So maybe find a softness in your knees. And then from here, without moving anything else, just bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Nice and easy, rolling our chin down to the center of the chest. Bringing it over towards our left shoulder. And rolling up towards the ceiling, lifting the chin up. Turning back over to our right shoulder. Again, chin down to the chest. Over to the left. Nice and easy, rolling up towards the ceiling. One more to our right shoulder. Chin to the chest. To the left. Up towards the ceiling as our right ear finds our right shoulder again. Add your left arm all the way up and over, finding an easy side bend. Lean a little bit more and then press down into your left foot. Then slowly straightening everything back up, returning back to standing, and then start by bringing your left ear towards your left shoulder. Gently rolling chin down to the center of the chest. Bringing the right ear to our right shoulder. Lifting up towards the ceiling. Take as much time on this side as the first, so left ear to our shoulder. Chin down to the chest. To the right. Up to the ceiling. One more here. Left ear to our shoulder. Chin to chest. To the right. To the ceiling. Once that left ear comes back to our shoulder, adding that right arm, just continue to lean a little bit more, pressing down into our right foot. And gently straightening everything back up, and then starting with the top of the head, chin to our chest, we're going to roll down through our spine. Knees can bend as we continue to roll down. Fingertips find the floor. Bending both knees, so find a crouch and curl. Press your palms into the ground. A little bit of a cat back here, chin to our chest. And then straightening out the legs. Hanging for a moment if you want to grab for opposite elbows. Knees can stay soft as you sway side to side or nod the head yes. Or shake it no. And finding those hands back down, we're going to step our left foot long behind us to find our way to a low lunge. Take a few rocks, just rocking forward and back, pressing into that front foot, into our back heel. Beginning to soften those hips closer towards the floor. And then finding that left knee all the way down, sending both fingertips up towards our ceiling, finding our crescent moon nice and easy. And bringing palms together, we'll take a little twist. Gazing over that right shoulder, let the thumbs press into the chest. And then from here, open the arms up wide, out to a T, reaching front and back. Send the right fingertips down towards our leg, left arm reaching high. Relax that top shoulder. And gently cartwheeling hands, finding our mat. We'll lift that back knee up and then tune to a wide forward fold. Here, like a wide rag doll, feel free to grab for opposite elbows or keep those hands down. Tenting up to our fingertips, finding a long spine, lengthen out. See if you can bring the arms out wide to a T. Come all the way up to stand. Send that left arm up and over, finding a big wide side bend. Reaching back up and switch. Take the right arm over, big wide side bend. Come back up. We'll turn that right knee and toe forward. Cartwheel those hands down. Step back up to your forward fold. Top of our mats. Find that crouch and curl, rounding the spine. Tap back here. Press the palms into the floor. And then lengthening out, sending those hips up, relaxing the head. We're going to step our right foot long behind us to a low lunge. Take a few rounds, rocking forward and back, press into that front foot, then the back heel. Hips getting lower and lower. And right knee tapping down, fingertips float all the way up, crescent moon, relax the shoulders at the top. And then taking our twist over that left shoulder, pressing the palms towards the chest. From here, reach the arms out wide, front and back, finding a T. Left hand towards our leg, right arm reaching towards the ceiling. Cartwheel those hands down to the floor, lift that back knee up, and then move to that wide forward fold. It can be like a wide ragdoll here, grabbing for elbows or hands on the ground. Finding our fingertips tenting to the floor, lengthening out the spine. Knees can be slightly soft. Reach the arms out wide, long, flat back. Come all the way up to stand. Take that right arm up and over, wide side bend. Reach up, switch. Take the left arm over. Reach back up, turn that left knee and toe forward. Cartwheel those hands down to the floor. Come up, back to your forward fold. From here, take that crouch and curl, rounding the spine, press the palms into the ground. Stepping our left foot back again, low lunge. Tap that knee down, coming into that crescent moon right away. Taking it all, so take our twist to the right. Palms together. Open the neck wide. Reaching the left hand towards the ceiling. Cartwheel fingertips down to the floor. Lift that back knee and step back to your high planks. Take a breath in. Exhale, lowering half or all the way. Cobra or up dog. Find our way to our first down dog. Stretching out long. Take a couple rounds. Moving through the feet. Alternate the heels. Start to settle towards our down dog. We're going to send those right toes, right leg high at the top, bending that right knee, opening up that right hip. And lengthening that right leg back up. Sweep that foot all the way through our low lunge. We're going to spin that left heel down, lift up and open, warrior two. Extending side angle, think of it as almost like a side body stretch, reach way out in front. Come back up, keep that right leg as it is, just lifting upper body, reverse forward. Cartwheel fingertips down to the floor, find our way to our low lunge. Step back, finding your high plank. Chaturanga, knees, toes, cobra up dog. Working our way into our down dog, stretching back long. Finding our feet all the way to our hands, taking our forward folds, crouch and press the palms down, rounding the spine. Stepping our right foot back, low lunge. Tap that knee down, come up to crescent moon, float fingertips. Taking our twist to the left, palms together. Reach out wide. Right arm towards the ceiling. Cartwheel hands down to the floor, step back, high plank, lift the knee. Take an inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Finding our way to down dog. You can take a couple additional breaths here in this down dog, still shifting if we need to. And then floating that left leg up, bend the knee at the top, opening that hip. Let that knee try to point out towards the side. Stretching our left leg up, sweep it through, low lunge. Spin our right heel down, lift up and open, warrior two. Think of it as a side bend, so extending side angle, reaching forward and down. Take the top arm all the way over. Lifting upper body, keep that left knee bent, reversing warrior. Cartwheel fingertips to that front foot, step back, high plank, take a breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Open the chest and the shoulders. Coming back to our down dog, taking a breath. Bring those feet up to our hands, crouching curl, top of our mat. And then from here, we're going to bring that left foot behind us. And then we're going to actually come down to that left knee and shin and allow your knee to point out towards the side of your mat. Maybe you have to adjust where that back leg is. Trying to get our right knee over our right ankle. And allow those fingertips to still be on the floor and take an easy shifting forward and back. Just as we did when we were in our lunge. So finding a little extra opening through that left side if we can. If you feel ready to take this a little bit further, making sure that right foot is walking out, and you can even bring your hands up to your hips. Start to open your chest towards that side. Almost a version of a warrior two. Right knees and toes are forward. Shoulders are trying to point to the side. If that feels like it's too much, keep those fingertips down, keep your hips forward, shoulders over. And then wherever we are, we're going to all walk the fingertips over to that side, turn those right knees and toes out to that side. We're going to come all the way up into our modified gate pose. So on that left knee, right leg is out. Reach the left arm high, take a side bend up and over. Coming back up into modified side plank, bend that left hand down, open that right arm, see if you can float that right leg. Bending that knee, roll that right shoulder back, capturing our foot or our ankle. Maybe add an additional kicking the foot into the hands. Re-extend back out. Plant that right foot back down, come all the way back up to gate pose. Bring both hands down, and we'll start to ease and sink the hips back. Rotate those right toes towards the ceiling. You can begin to fold here or walk the hands out towards that right corner. Taking just a couple more breaths here in this right side. And walking those hands back out in front. We're going to rock forward, and you can step that right foot in a little bit closer. And we're going to step out wide, finding your way to a wide forward fold. And then from here, coming into our side lunge. So bending our knees, heels and toes out. Start to walk and shift back over towards your left leg and re-extend that right leg out. So you can get toes towards the ceiling. So maybe slide that leg a little bit further in front. Shorten the degree of the angle in the hips. Same thing, you can be up. If you want to take those fingertips out in front a little bit more. And from where we are, we're going to start to walk and shift over to our right foot, turning to the front of our mat, step the feet up, finding our forward fold. Take that crouch and curl, nose to knee. We're going to move all of that into the other side. So taking our right foot, send those toes and that shin down behind us. So coming down onto that right knee, keeping that left foot forward. Again, start small, little rocking. Maybe you keep those fingertips down. Maybe we keep everything pointing forward. If we want to start to take this maybe a little bit more into the hips, if we're ready or want to test it out, and start to bring those hands up and start to open the chest to the side. Continuing to rock forward and back, in and out of that left leg. And then from wherever we are, we're all going to have our fingertips. Start to walk over to the side. Spin those left toes out. Stretch that leg. Coming up into our gate pose. So all the way up onto our right knee. Take that right arm up and over. Yep, into extending out into our modified side plank. So plant that right hand, float that left leg. Bending the knee, roll that left shoulder back, trying to find our foot or ankle. Can we kick into the foot if we need to? And we'll release, plant that left foot back down so we come back up first. Bring those fingertips down. We can start to sink backwards. Maybe start to rotate those left toes towards the ceiling. Again, reaching out in front. If the legs feel ready, you can walk a little bit towards that left corner. And walk those hands back in front. Adjust if we need to in the feet to come up into our wide forward fold. Take a moment stretching out both legs. And then into our side lunge. So both knees bend, walk the heels in, toes to the corners. We'll shift over into our right leg and extend that left leg out. And again, maybe we slide that foot forward a little bit so we can rotate both hips open. If the fingertips want to keep reaching forward or stay underneath us. And bring those hands back in. We'll shift into our left foot, turn back to the side, bring our feet together, forward fold, top of the necks. From here, plant those palms, step back to a high plank, lengthening out both legs. Take a breath in. And exhale, send those hips up and back into a down dog. Stretch out long. We're going to inhale, float that right leg, right toes high. Draw that knee up and in towards our chest, knee to nose, tap back. Inhale, stretch that right leg high. Bring it across the body towards our left side. Kick that foot up with a big side plank. Bring both heels down, open that left hand towards the ceiling. Bring that left hand down, squeeze our right knee back to our chest. Stretch those right legs high. Step it all the way through, low lunge. High crescent lunge, back heels lifted, reach up. We'll take our twist to the right. And then draw that elbow towards our front knee. Getting a full twisted crescent lunge here. Press into your back heel. And spin that back heel down, lifting the chest up and open, warrior two. Straightening that right knee triangle, kick the hips out. Reaching forward before we come down. Lifting the upper body, reversing our triangles. We're gonna bend that front knee, cartwheel fingertips to the floor. Come up to a little standing split, so rocking forward to float that left leg. Just enough to bend both knees. Take that left leg, tuck it behind your right. Tap those left toes to the floor, and we're gonna try to sweep that right arm open, finding a big twist. See if we can draw that right hip back. If you wanna try to straighten the legs a little bit more here, tending to those left toes. Unwinding that twist, unwind that left foot to step back to your low lunge. Step back high plank, take a breath in. Exhale, send those hips up and back, down dog right away. We're gonna inhale, left toe, sweep up. Bend that knee up to our chest and nose, cat back. Stretch those left toes up. Bring it all the way across to a big side plank. Kick that left foot up. Open the right arm towards the ceiling. Squeeze that left knee back in. Stretch those left toes high. Bring it through, low lunge. Back heel is lifted as we come all the way up to crescent lunge. Hands come to our heart center, take our twist, then leaning forward, elbow to the knee. Press into that back heel, hips low. Spinning our right heel down to lift up and open, warrior two. Straightening that left leg, taking triangle, reaching out. Stay lifted in that left side, even as you knee down. Right side brings us up, reversing our triangles. We'll bend that front knee, cartwheel fingertips down to the floor. Rock forward to a little standing splits for a moment. To then bend both knees, tuck that right leg behind our left. Tap down to those right toes. Maybe start to open up that left side, drawing our left hip back. You want to work towards a little more straight legs. You can kind of tend to your right toes. Unwinding that twist, step our right foot long behind us, finding our low lunge. Step back to your high plank, take an inhale. We're gonna exhale, lower all the way down to our bellies. As we come all the way down to our bellies, we're gonna start to bend both knees. Start to slide those knees out to the side. And let the soles of the feet fall in towards each other. Let the head rest down onto the forearms, on the palms. We're gonna take just a couple breaths here, allowing those knees and hips to open as we release. Just letting gravity fold those feet inwards. We'll stay here, a couple more breaths. And from where we are, slowly starting to lift those feet back up, extending the legs out, or if you need to take a moment, you can windshield wiper. Keep those legs long, let the hips move a little side to side, finding the hands underneath our shoulders, working our way up just to our tabletop. Once we find that tabletop, take a couple rounds, moving fully through some cat and cows. Maybe adding in some circles of our head, chest, and tail. And finding our way back to center, tuck the toes, stretching up and back into our down dog. Receive those right toes, right leg high, bend that knee, bring that chin forward into pigeon. Taking a moment, seeing if we can sit up nice and tall, so fingertips by our hips, lifting through the chest. First option is to bend that back knee and do the opposite arm as leg. So finding a little twist, rolling that right hip back. Or taking the same arm as leg. So as our left arm reaches back, we see if we can draw that left hip and shoulder back towards the front. If neither quad stretch works, feel free to just release down to the floor. If we still have a quad stretch, we haven't yet, we can release it. We release the torso down to the ground. Take just a couple breaths here. And begin to walk those hands back and underneath us. We're gonna tuck those back toes, scoot and sand those right toes up towards the ceiling, stretching out that right leg at the top. We're gonna seat that right foot forward into a low lunge. We'll tap that left knee down, coming into a half splits. So we can start to draw the hips back. Front toes can point towards the ceiling or rest down to the ground. And gently walking ourselves back forward, step back to our high planks. Holding that high plank, sending our hips up and back into down dog, stretching out. Sweeping our left toes, left leg up, bending that knee, draw that shin forward, coming into pigeon. And see if we can walk those fingertips in, lifting up tall through the spine, making sure we're on that back leg, fully complete. Bending that right knee, starting with our twist. Opposite arm as leg, if that quad stretch feels good. Or same arm as leg, and then see if we can draw that right hip and shoulder back towards the front. And if we had that quad stretch and we hadn't yet released it, we can soften down towards the ground, take an additional couple breaths here. And then walking the hands back in, coming underneath us, tuck those back toes, lifting the knee, lift the hips, squeeze that left knee up and back, stretching into our 3-leg down dog. We'll sweep that left foot forward, coming into our low lunge. Tap that back knee down, half split, so draw the hips straight back. Into full, toes up or down on that front leg. And easing our way back forward, send the hips up, step back into our last down dog, stretching out long. And go ahead, take your feet pretty wide, so wider than your hips. So in this wide down dog, maybe even bringing the hands and the feet a little bit closer together. You can find any amount of bend into our knees. We'll take the right arm, Bringing it across to reach towards the left side of our mat or towards the left leg. Try to peer underneath that left arm and shoulder. And gently release, switching it out, taking the left arm, bringing it across towards either the right side of our mat or reaching to the right leg. Unwinding that twist. Gently walk the hands and the feet to meet in the center into a wide forward fold ragdoll. You can grab your elbows. Or taking a chest expansion, hands behind us. Hands can float away from the spine, any of that. Maybe trying the opposite hand and thumb and grip. And allowing the hands to rest back down towards the floor. Gently draw those feet open. So bending the knees into our yogi squat. So heels in, toes out. Even if the heels lift off the floor, putting fingertips down onto the ground. Get a little easy shifting side to side. Or maybe even press the arms into the legs. See if we can start to open up the chest. Draw those shoulders down and back behind us. And gently re-extending those legs out, walking the feet in towards each other. Still keeping them a little bit distant. We're going to bend that left knee and start to walk the fingertips over towards the left corner, left side. And then switch, walking over to our right side. Keep the fingertips on that right side, but then switch by bending your right knee here. And then walk the fingertips over towards the left corner. And walking everything back to the center, legs straightening out. Bending our knees, bend, chin to our chest, and slowly rolling up, letting the arms just dangle down. Continue to roll up, taking your time. Rolling the shoulders up and back out of the ears as we stand tall, pressing straight down through both feet. And as we roll the shoulders back behind us, gently placing both hands to our low back. Fingertips can point down towards the heels. We can draw the elbows together. You can see we can rock the weight a little bit towards the toes, engage the glutes slightly, and then lifting the chest towards the ceiling. So then the chin and the head lifts, opening up wide. Slowly bring everything back to the center. Draw the arms down. Take a couple additional shoulder rolls, rolling back out of the ears. Maybe find a little softness in the knees. Shake them out. And release. Yeah. Awesome. Great work, everybody. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.